Hello and welcome to another quick side play. Yeah, me, GamerWolfSix of Benefits. Basically a spin-off of Echo. So before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io, and that's pretty much it. Though if you want to support the people that made this game and are making others, you can go to Patreon. I think it's $3 a month. I didn't actually look it up. You can. Anyways, on the last side play, we woke up a little hungover as a guy. You know, Flynn, that's his name. Sorry, I don't try too hard on these ones, or at least try not to try too hard. And, yeah, we wooed a German Shepherd, which was kind of hot, but I had to censor it because YouTube. And then after, doing it again, because, these guys are young. Though I would if I had somebody close to me, it would stay in the room. But anyways, we went over to Carl's place because Carl is feeling a bit bummed out, which is no es bueno. Though I guess that's his usual thing. And now we're drinking in his place? Whatever. So, reset face. Actually, move this camera a bit, then reset face, because it was tilted. After grabbing some beers, we head to Carl's room. It's a big room, but with all the figurines and beanbag chairs, it still manages to feel cramped. I mean, I think if you have a bunch of beanbag chairs, it might be. There's also a teensy detail of it smelling like weed around the clock, which doesn't particularly add to the charm. Much as I like to rag on him, though, it seems like he's at least put some effort into cleaning this time. At last, there's no fucking mountain of underwear piling up beneath his bed, like there was last time his parents went on a trip. They must have reamed him out when they got home. Oh well. You got any kind of game in mind you want to play? You're talking like I know anything about games. Point taken. We can watch shows too. Anything's fine, as long as it's not garbage, like that shit you usually make me watch. Carl currently sets up the TV and scoffs. The stuff I usually make you watch is neither shit nor garbage, asshole. You've just got poor taste. You sound like Jenna. I'm sounding like someone who actually knows how to have fun. Now sit your ass down. I let myself fall on one of the beanbag chairs, cracking open a beer. My eyes fall on the pictures on the wall. Man, this guy's drinking more than I do. Oh, or at least he's drinking during the morning-ish. Most of them are of Carl himself, though there's a few of Chase and Leo among them. Well, it looks like an old birthday card from Jenna too. The edges are a bit worn and torn, and it seems like it's been folded open and shut a lot of times. Right above the picture of Carl and Chase I'm unfamiliar with, must be taken from while he was in Pueblo. Carl never talks to me about college. Whenever I ask questions, he always finds a way to dodge them. His parents don't look all that comfortable talking about it either. They spin some shit like, Carl's moved on to better things, and that'd be that. My train of thought is interrupted by the heavy ram crushing into the beanbag chair next to me. I narrow my eyes, still looking at the picture. What's up? You're kind of spacing out. It's nothing, just haven't seen that one before. I flick my snout in the direction of the picture. Oh, yeah, that was from last year. Chase emailed it to me a few days ago. How's he been? Okay, from what I heard, he told me he had a bunch of projects lined up. Colorful menus pop on the screen as Carl works his controller, finally starting one of the dozens upon dozens of games he has. You ever want to go back there? To Pueblo? College. He snorts. Why would I? I failed miserably last time, remember? Come on, don't talk like that. Why shouldn't I? Everyone else does. He shrugs as he says that, like it's the most normal thing in the world. My mom even dusted off the old I'm not mad, just disappointed card when I got home. just for the occasion. What about your dad? Same as my mom, really. He scratches the back of his head, near the base of his horns. I don't know what they're expecting. I'm not like them, I guess. I just don't have what they have. So what? You're just gonna give up? Is that it? I don't know. He seems to seriously consider it for a moment. I can't believe what I'm fucking hearing. Almost makes me want to take that controller out of his hand and snap it right in fucking two. Are you serious with this shit? Get a grip, Carl. Come on. You're fucking 20. What are you gonna do? Just stay home and smoke weed all day? Only now realizing I'm raising my voice. I don't know, alright? Leave me alone. I ain't leaving you alone. Not this time. Carl bites his bottom lip, narrowing his eyes. Why does it matter so much to you? It's kind of funny since, we finished Carl's route like a week or two ago. And it's like, this guy has like a lot of anxiety and he... Like, the thing that makes things work for him is that he's like, yeah, nobody can help me but myself kind of thing. I guess? Because you're just about the only fucking thing I have, alright? I'm outright shouting now. I'm not letting you waste your entire fucking life just because you're too lazy, too scared to get off your ass and make a difference. Carl furrows his brow, looking at me before putting the controller down. He pushes out aside before getting up and stomping out the room, not saying a word. The regret sets in slowly, bubbling up from the pit of my stomach. The rest always gets on my ass for telling things like they are. Okay. But maybe I went a little overboard this time. After guzzling the rest of my beer in one gulp, I pinch the bridge of my snout, and groan escapes me. I get up and follow after him. I can hear Carl's faint sniffles before I even open the door of the deck, before I even see him. With my fingers touching the side of the door, I hesitate for a second, looking at him through the glass. The sight of him makes my chest burn uncomfortably. He slumped back in his chair, eyes cast upward. He looks dejected, deflated. Did I cause this? Kinda. Fuck, man, what have I done? Come on, Flynn, get your shit together. Only one way to make this right. Suck a stick? I grit my teeth, sliding the door open. His furry ears twitch, and I see Carl look at me from the corner of his eye, but he doesn't even so much as turn his head. I sit down next to him. I don't know what to fucking say. What can anyone say in a situation like this? Several long minutes pass, and I catch myself twiddling my thumbs as I stare out over the asphalt road in front of Carl's house. I remember we used to play there a lot when we were kids. We used to talk about how we'd follow it out of town, walk to Peyton all by ourselves, travel the world. Back when everything was normal, back when Sydney was still here. The burning sensation in my chest grows more intense. The flash of nostalgia is gone, and I just end up feeling empty. I look at Carl. He looks right back. His eyes are red, and lips pressed together tightly. Hey man, about what I said back there. It's okay, man. His words and tone of his voice don't at all match his expression. It's disturbing, like I'm talking to a zombie. No, it's not. It's not okay. You're right though, about everything. He smiles. It's a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. I did give up. I could have kept going, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to. Wasn't sure if I could. Come to think of it, I wasn't sure about a lot of things. Can't say I didn't try though. What happened? I'm not a business person, man. My parents traveled the country to sell ice cream. I couldn't even sell you a pen if I tried. Always figured you a major in art or something. Me too, but Mom shut it down every time I asked. Said there'd be no jobs in the art world. She probably thought I'd end up jobless, maybe even homeless. Well, I'm jobless right now. Hyena. So, I decided to stick with business for a while. Then, things started piling up, and I just blanked, man. Nothing made sense anymore. I had opened my books and couldn't even understand the stuff they taught us on the first day. He buries his face in his hands, inhaling sharply through his nostrils again. Hey, come on. I slip a bit closer, the chair making a horrible sound as it scrapes across the wooden floor, and wrap an arm around Carl's shoulder. Just this once, the ram doesn't complain. Instead, turn to face me, and pulling me into a hug. And I let him. His fur is warm against my skin, which is saying something, since it's so fucking hot out, it's even bothering me. Tell you what, how about we go fishing next week? Carl's eyes widen as he pulls away, mouth opening just a bit. You mean the... Of course not the lake, fatso. I got a perfect spot in mind. The game? Carl looks down. I don't know. Never really fished before. I slap his back, grinning. And that's why I'll be teaching you, dumbass. The ram's mouth closes, his lips curving up into a genuine smile. Sounds like fun. Just us? Just the two of us. Just the two of us. That's pretty gay, Flynn. You know it. But you want to suck each other's dick? Fuck. I watch helplessly as my character gets worked to the floor, then proceeds to get mauled to death by some demon asshole. Carl, who's been leaning against me, looks up from the handheld game he's playing. He scoffs. Shit, you're dying even more than I did when I played the game for the first time. As the screen darkens and the words, Game Over, appears, I clench the controller so hard I can hear plastic strain in my palms. There was nothing I could fucking do. How can you play crap like this? Better, that's how he plays it. Carl drops the handheld on his lap and leans over to snag the controller away from me. He doesn't pull back immediately, even when he's already got it in his hands. He just kinda stays there. When I look at him, he's got a strange smile on his face, like he's planning something. His arm brushes against my chest as he leans back into his beanbag chair, looking at the TV screen again. He's been a bit handsy since we left the deck. At first, I thought it was just a bit emotional, but now I feel like he's actually making passes at me. I can never catch that. Might be the beer talking. I mean, we've both had a few. Watch and learn. The game's barely done loading, and Carl's already on his way, slicing up demons that were giving me trouble with nearly zero effort. I've been through here so many times, I know this place, inside and out. Look. He has the main character leisurely walk off the main path and into a cave where more demons are waiting. Once they're dead, he walks all the way over to the dead end to open the treasure chest, which looks like it has a sword in it. They hid some of the best stuff in the side areas. I don't know if this shit's really for me, Carl. Are you jealous because I'm better at you than this? I'm not. Totally are. He smirks triumphantly, taking a swig of his beer. Whatever. I arch my back and stretch with a yawn. Carl returns to his original seating position. Without even fully realizing what I'm doing, I wrap an arm around him once I'm done stretching, pulling him a bit closer to me. He flails his arms around and loses balance, spilling some beer on the floor as he falls right into my lap. Ooh. He's heavy, but not heavy enough to make my knees give way. Heh, whoops. I try to keep a straight face as I look down at him. He doesn't even attempt to get up, just stays there. Are you up to something? Oh, just... He averts his eyes. Hey, Flynn, have you ever thought about, us? You're drunk off your ass. You're not answering my question. I shrug. Fine, in what way? I don't know, You seem to like you're with someone different every night, and I guess I was wondering. He looks a fair bit less confident than he was before. What are you hoping? I'd give you a shot? Carl pouts. It sounds weird when you say it out loud like that. I didn't know you were. I'm not gay. I mean, I don't think I am. I want to try some stuff out, you know? Why didn't you ask Chase? He snickers. After the whole thing with Leo? Nah. True, I think Leo would have killed him if he had. Well, there's Carl's route and Echo. Granted, I think it's just smooch, unless you do the bad route, in which case... Besides, I trust you, you know? I mean, you can be a massive douche sometimes, but... Gee, thanks. If there's any guy I'd want to do it with, I want it to be you. I raise a brow, only realizing Carl's resting his back on my lap. Are you sure about this? Sure as I'll ever be. You? I smirk. You're gonna have to do your best to convince me. With a lazy smile stretching across his muzzle, Carl reaches up with both hands to undo my shirt. I let him, shrugging it off, to let it fall to the floor. I get my hands on his chest. I was expecting him to be a little flabby, but he's firm and sturdy. Carl tilts his head back, closes his eyes, and puffs out a short breath. Hold on. He grabs my shoulder and pulls himself up in my lap, bringing us eye to eye again. I absentmindedly rub his back. How do we start? Let me handle things for now, alright? You just relax. Pressing my muzzle to his neck, I breathe in his scent. Carl smells of weed, like he always does, but there's an underlying scent that's almost a little musky. I like it. I part my muzzle and teeth grazing his skin underneath his faux. My tongue flows right after, slipping from his neck to his jaw right before I take one of his ears in my mouth and give it a nip. Carl's shuddering breaths tell me that's all I need to hear. I run a hand down his back, caressing it before grabbing a handful of his ass. With one other hand, I lift up his shirt to his chest. Then, with a bit of help from him, I manage to get it over his head. The fur, feeling pretty good against my skin, not gonna lie. Almost like it's a blanket, a big fuzzy blanket that weighs a shit ton. Carl repositions himself so he's stridently hovering over me. Tilting back a little, I lick down his throat. A tiny squeak comes out of Carl, the ram putting a hand on the back of my head to keep me going. Sink my tongue a bit further down and taking one of his nipples between his teeth. Hairy action out of him, to be honest. I'm enjoying this way more than I thought I would. From his chest, I lick the trail down over his throat and chin, stopping at his lips, my snout against his. Carl giggles. You know what you're doing? Had a lot of practice. Having fun so far? Yeah. It's different, but I like it. I reach down and grab the tent that's been steadily growing in his woo. Giving a squeeze. I might need to start censoring stuff. I brush my muzzle against Carl. Carl's face scrunches up again, against mine with a grunt. I can tell. I muzzle his cheek, whispering in his ear. Let's move over the bed, alright? More room to mess around there. He nods and gets up, and I'm right behind him. Before he can even reach the bed, I wrap my arms around him, pull him right up against me. I give his woo another squeeze before unbuttoning his pants, yanking them down along with his underwear. Once they're off, I get to work on my own pants. Easier, cause I'm not hard yet. Naked, I take him by the arm, pull him over the bed, which I sit down on, grinning up at him before laying back. Yep. Yeah, and I have to censor that. I didn't think they would just have junk out, you know? You wanted to experiment, right? Well, get experimenting. What do I do? You got something in mind you want to try out? Well, Carl clicks his tongue. His eyes fall to my ooh, and then a smile settles on his face. I think I got an idea. I let myself relax, arms above my head, and keep my legs spread a little so Carl can get a better access. Soft paws gently reach down to feel my chest. I suck in some air and puff it up, making it look at least somewhat more impressive. Carl is still a little shaky. I am too. I mean, sure, I've done this hundreds of times by now, but with a friend like Carl, never. Man, Flynn's a slut. Though I guess it's hundreds of times and not hundreds of people, but still. Well, not turning back now. I moan a little, letting him know he's doing a good job. He lights up when he hears it, putting more weight into it. He shifts his hands lower. His touch gets firmer, more confident. His hands are on my stomach, instantly finding the soft spots he'd always poke to get a raise out of me, and then exploring them. That's a spot. Keep going. Now you're making it weird. You started it. Carl shakes his head and keeps going, kneading the skin firmly. He knits his brows for a second, then bends over, tipping his muzzle downward and brushing this against the belly button. His tongue just poking against it is enough to get me to grunt. Then he sinks lower and suddenly stops and pulls back, looking confused. How do I get it out? I shoot him an incredulous look. Do I have to sing to it or something? Just keep doing what you're doing. Carl gives me a silent nod, then looks down and dives in. His thing goes somewhere. It's wet. I clench my teeth, grabbing the sheets tightly. When he continues, I reach out and grab him by the horns. Ooh. Slowly. Wait, grab him by the horns. Oh, wait, yeah. He's doing a thing. He makes a sound. He doesn't complain and keeps on doing the thing. So take long. Sorry, reading yawns. Long at all for a thing to, appear because he's a lizard guy. Carl gives it a quizzical look before, doing a thing. Yep. A few more things later, and it's, entirely out or something. Carl doesn't wait until something happens to do a thingy, and lets him, still holding onto horns, as I do something, or, main character, able to see in his green eyes, even in the dimly lit TV, look his eyes expectant, questioning. I respond with a smile. Doing great down there. Just don't get too greedy, okay? Don't want you hurting yourself. Carl makes an affirmative sound at me. I chuckle, grabbing his horns tighter. More doing stuff. He's making a grunting sound. Damn, for his first time, Carl ain't doing too bad. Expect him to have more trouble with it, but the way it's going now, he might be able to handle it. He's doing a thingy, his eyes closed. Shit, this feels good. Great, actually. He might not be experienced, but he's eager for sure. Looking down, I see that he's enjoying it too. You could expect what that would entail. Seeing it actually gives me an idea, and I pull him off. Yep. Something wrong? He's breathing a bit heavy. Why don't you get up here with me? I get my legs on the bed and lay down on my side, scooching over so that Carl can join me. He clambers on the bed. He creaks underneath our combined weight, and for a second, I'm almost scared it's gonna collapse, but it holds. I have my arms around his broad frame, the other one sinking down and grabbing our thingies and doing stuff. Our snouts pressed together again. I was want to kiss you. Yeah, I want to do this more often. Yeah, we're not even done yet. You know what I do a thingy, which gives a firm thing, and Carl grits his teeth. I give the side of his muzzle a peck, and turn around on the bed. Carl's ooh is in front of me now, and it's shorter than mine, but also thicker. It fits him. Yeah, because he's thick. Just give me a sec. Don't know why my throat's like, hey, heck you. Grinned to myself. Wouldn't have dreamed I'd be doing this at the end of the day when I woke up. Yep. Boop. Yeah, I should have expected that. Especially since there was a thing before. It was doing a thing. But probably should make sure that I do that. I can hear Carl gasp. Oh, right, I have to click over here. Shit, Flynn. It makes me want to do some experimenting of my own. Poking my tongue out of my muzzle as far as it can go. I do a thingy. Guess what tongues can do? Gets a rise out of Carl, the ram, doing a thing, so he can get better access. It's accompanied by a little moan from Gwep. Well, I didn't know he could do that. I raise my head and do a thingy. Carl follows by example. And just like that, it's doing its stuff. Also, he is hella fuzzy. Carl's body has become somewhat damp with sweat, adding to the musky scent ooh that hangs around the room. And because Carl's thing is stuff and whatnot, it's not the worst scent in the world. I have to admit, I might actually grow to like it. And that face. I grab Carl's ooh, earns stuff. Carl's put in some serious effort. I'm sorry. It's really yawns. It's late. Long day. Exercise for hours. Moving faster. Mention all the time. I'm impressed. Every time he catches his breath, his tongue just, stop. Once he's done, he does more stuff. If you want to read this, you can. Game's free. Pleasure goes through his body. I'm not gonna last long. Given how much Carl is doing a thing, I think he is, not gonna last long either. And he needs air, tongue stuff. He's sensitive. He tests further, doing, stuff with his fingies for sweet spots. Woo. Gets results. Carl groans. Yep. And Flynn is having trouble being able to, take a whole bunch of stuff. And then Flynn's finished too. Yep. He rides it out. Hee-ho. I turn around again, pulling Carl into hug and shooting him a grin. He didn't just shoot him a grin. Ooh. He returns it, looking tired as shit. Okay, we can at least put this back on. You're pretty good at doing a woo. Thanks, you're not too bad yourself. We laughed together, Carl's face buried in my chest. I liked it though. Enough to do it again sometime? Don't make this a regular thing? A regular thing? What do you want me, to be your boyfriend? No, nothing like that. Just friends with benefits, I guess. I like the sound of that. Me too. Light filters through the blinds of Carl's room, easing me awake. My head hurts just a little bit, and my back is a bit stiff, but all things considered, I feel great. For the first time in a while, I feel like I had a good night's sleep. Around my eyes, I look down at the ram, sleeping in my arms. I can't stop a grin spreading across my face. Without waking up, I get out of the bed, looking back at his sleeping form as I take the phone out of my pocket in my jacket, still on the floor last night. Ryan's number is an easy one to remember, and the line only beeps 2 times before he picks up. Hey there. Hey Ryan, it's Flynn. Just wanted to call and say I won't be able to make next week. That was a short thing. But yeah, that's benefits. So he's taking Flynn over... No wait, he's taking Carl over Flynn? Just want to take another quick look at the new guy. It was kind of funny that the game has a loading thing, but it's like, yeah, skip. Yeah, with that German Shepherd. Oh, that's the sexy thing of the game. So, how do we go back to... Would it be quit? Title. So, that's the end of this side play. So, please comment, cause I like comments, if you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like see grow, then please like, subscribe, and share the reserve girl, and remember to spay and or neuter your animals to help control the pet population. I just wanted to be sure that, okay, yeah, we censored that. Because I just wanted to be sure that, you know, I don't have anything that might just appear out of nowhere, because that would be awful. Anyhow, if you want to play this game, free on itch.io, and if you want to support the people that made this game and are making others, I think it's like $3 a month on Patreon. You look. You can. And until next time, on another Let's Play, or side play. Me, GamerWolfSix, of the furry visual novel. Don't know why my throat is all ooh-woo. It's too-woo-boo. I don't want to throat. It's not like I've been doing what Flynn and Carl have been doing. So, thanks and see ya.